Hello, welcome back. Hour number 2 on the Moon Griffon Show. Great to have you with us. 844-766-6607. Matthew James Retirement Hotline. If you'd like to be part of the program, your opportunity to be a voice. Let's jump gears, all in gas. Mr. Michael Moncla joins us with us. Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me, Moon.
All right. He's the president of LOGA. I got to tell you, Mike, I was mad, then I fell out laughing. And either way, I'm probably wrong. When a federal judge can rule about leases in the Gulf of Mexico because of the climate change is not being considered, how much climate change, and I'm just falling out laughing, but mad as hell at the same time. I'm thinking, what a bunch of idiots, and this is a judge, and yet now they're making laws from the bench about the climate. We're playing Jesus Christ from the bench. How about that?
Oh no, man! It's you're right. You're right on. It's crazy what they're doing.
Tell the people what exactly was the ruling, so people understand where we're going right now.
Well, so Biden had put the ban in effect, and Jeff Landry, along with several other Gulf Coast AGs, took issue with that, brought it to the federal courts, and we won in federal court. And, I really thought it was over. But, then all of a sudden some judge up in D.C. decides that the information they were looking at on climate change was incorrect. So he threw the lease sale out after the lease sale actually happened. So we had 33 companies, energy companies, go out there and bid for offshore acreage to the tune of just south of $200 million in investment.
Wow.
And this Obama-appointed judge, Judge Contreras, Rudolph Contreras, threw it out.
This is incredible. So what does it mean now? What happens now? The investment just goes down into the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah, I guess they don't have to pay. I was in contact with Jeff Landry's office, him and Solicitor General Liz Morrell, and we, going back and forth on text. And I was asking him, can we bring this to the Supreme Court? I mean, what is our next step now that they've done that? And they said that the way it was, I guess, portrayed or presented, that it would be difficult to move it to the Supreme Court, but they were looking at options and strategies going forward. So I don't know where we go from there.
Yeah, I guess this is what we mean when Obama said, let's transform America. Let's run the hell out of it. I mean, come on, Mike. Now, y'all been having to deal with this for years right here in the state because of the governor, and now they're ruling from the bench on global warming and climate change, which they really believe we're going to stop hurricanes, floods, droughts, forest fires. Mike, I don't know how old you are. I've been around 60 years. All that stuff's been going on since time began. Now they're blaming the industry on everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like a baby step kind of guy. I'd like to see him stop a hurricane before we go into the whole climate change.
Yeah, I'd like to see all of them. If we get another hurricane in America, Louisiana, everybody believes in global warming. Just stand on the beach and stand on the shore and tell a hurricane, you ain't coming here, buddy. That's unbelievable. Right. But for a judge to rule like that, I fell out laughing when I first read it. I got mad. I said, these people are nuts. This is a sick country. But I expect that from people around Obama. He wanted to transform the country into something we're not supposed to be. We're not supposed to be Marxists or communists. We're supposed to be a free country, and what you guys are doing in that business has made us free. It's kept us free. Yeah,
the climate change subject is one that I really actually try to stay away from. What I normally say is what they're basing their science on is a prediction to the future. When the actual science is before us in geology, we can look at geology and see that climate has changed for millions of years.
That's always in the change. It's always in the flux.
Yeah, right. That's always what I go to is, the climate's always changed for millions of years. We can see that in geology.
Yeah, but you got what happens in this case, though. You have a judge basing it on because that's the way he feels. It's not based on science. It's not based on history. It's not based on facts. It's based on, well, I feel like this is right on a model. I feel like this is right. And that's not the way you, a judge shouldn't be making judgments like that. That's a horrible judgment.
No, I totally agree. That's exactly right.
Well, is there anything, if you can't go to the Supreme Court on something like this, what can you do? Did Jeff, anybody have any answers of what we can do?
Yeah, as of today, I don't know. Like I said, I was back and forth with him on Friday all day, and I was really thinking we'd go right to the Supreme Court with it, but evidently it's not going to be that easy. So as of today, I don't know what the next step is.
So $200 million are basically washed down in the bottom of the ocean?
I mean, I'm assuming that those companies didn't pay yet or are going to get their money back. Normally at an auction type sale, you got to pay when you purchase it. So I would imagine their money is being held in earnest, and it will have to be sent back to them.
Yeah, but that's still wow. And then what happens? I guess Mike Moncla, president of LOGA, Louisiana Oil and Gas Association. Mike, I guess the other thing that worries you is that all of a sudden when they see a ruling like this, and I'm talking about people that make major investments in oil and gas, which is so important to the protection and the freedom in our country, so important. All of a sudden you got investors going, well, heck, I'm not going to go do something because they might stop it.
Right. Oh, there's no question. This is it stifles business, and it certainly stifles activity in Louisiana, where we desperately need it. Our that 7-year downturn was tough on our whole state, on many companies. A lot of companies didn't make it, and we're all still struggling to keep our doors open. And we could certainly use more offshore work in this area, Homa area, Morgan City.
But Mike, give us a little assessment, because we went. John Bell's been there for 6 years, and that's made a disaster. And I know we got people working in the oil and gas industry, and the prices are up, and a lot of people are still going to work in other states. What is the assessment of oil and gas in our state right now? Where are we? Are we half of what we used to be, a third, 20% of what we used to be? Are people not investing? Talk a little bit about it in general. Where are we right now?
Yeah, in general, investment dollars are a lot of investment dollars want to go to the shale plays. That's what they all want, that shore shale play, and it comes in gangbusters. And South Louisiana really doesn't have a proven shale play yet, so we're still doing conventional stuff, and we do have very minor investment in that. But Louisiana, we have one of the top natural gas shale plays in the world in the Haynesville Shale. So the Haynesville's fairly busy right now. But we're fighting up there in Shreveport between Caddo Parish and Bossier Parish, wanting to shut down fracking and drilling at night. And we've had operators say, you know what? It's only about 20 miles across that border. We'll just go drill on the Texas side. So,
but are you fighting state government there, or local?
Yeah. Yes.
You're fighting state government with the governor.
It's local, state. Yeah, it's local, but we're going to have the DNR, the Office of Conservation, stand up with industry and help us get through this situation. But we're working with the parishes. Some parishes are tougher to deal with than others, but we are working with both parishes currently, right now.
Yeah, but I wonder how hard it has been for y'all, and I don't want you to make a comment on the governor, but just on how hard it's been, because the governor has came in and now he's ran to Glasgow and he's talking about climate change and coming here and we're going to stop hurricanes and all that stuff. And he's jumped into the Joe Biden and the left's plan on all this stuff. I just wonder how hard it is to get the investors to come in when they see stuff like that. I know Don Briggs said on his radio program, this was years ago when I first moved to Lafayette, just said that he was going to do everything he can to beat Edwards. He said he had two investors that were billions of investments. And they said as long as you have this governor, as long as you have him encouraging parishes to sue all the companies, that we're not going to invest here. And they had two of them from New York just turned around and left. They went to invest somewhere else. That's the problem what we're talking about, right? You got to have investments for the future.
Yeah, no, it's definitely difficult sell to a lot of companies that have been sued before and don't want any part of it. But the price of the commodity price will really, it can save the day. And you get a Democrat in office like Biden, and his policies are to step on our throats. But what that does is it makes energy prices higher. And the only way that the Democrats can push their green agenda is if our prices are higher. So, what is he trying to do? He's trying to punish America.
Sure,
it really is crazy, But look, we had tremendous years under Bill Clinton with a Republican Congress. Mm-hmm. And if we can flip the Congress in a couple years, and it's Biden and he can do nothing, and all we sit there with $90 oil or hell $100 oil, we can have a rebound in our state. So I'm looking forward to that. We need 7 years on the good side because we've had 7 years on the bad. But
well, actually, we got to flip it this fall. And we can flip it this fall, and we hope to God that it happens. But hey, Mike, keep in touch, man. God bless. Keep the faith, brother.
Thanks, Moon. I appreciate you having me.
All right, man. We'll do it again very, very soon when we get back. Scott McKay, Hey Rod, John Bill Edwards. Is this it? Or with a black caucus? Get whatever they want from Edwards, not to get on him. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.